Hi, everybody. Hope everyone is doing good this Friday, and I hope you guys can hear me. I am using a brand new mic that I got from my brother-in-law, Mr. H. So I'm hoping that you guys can hear me. So please let me know in the chat if you cannot hear me at all, because if that's the case, then I'm going to have to shut off the mic and go do something. So can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It says 8:35 p.m. on this thing. Did you change the time? No, I did not. But it does. I kind of saw that as well. But oh God, I hope everything's okay. So can you guys hear me though? That's what I really care about. If you guys can hear me, because I know it's 8 o'clock. Let me see. Can you hear me? I don't see anybody saying they can hear me. Did you change the time? No, I did not change the time. We're supposed to be 8 o'clock. So, yes, we can see and hear you. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Robin and Cindy. Thank you so much, because I have a new mic. And the reason why Mr. H got me the mic is because this way, when I am walking around in the embroidery room and I'm showing you guys certain things, you guys can see and hear me, because sometimes what happens is you guys hear me faded out. So I'm hoping that this will solve the problem. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so guys, welcome to Embroidery Happy Hour. And in this video, what we're going to be doing, this happy hour, we're going to be doing is we're going to be redoing that baby gift that I was working on the last time we met. And I accidentally cut the baby gown, and it was all because I missed one step. But there is something pretty interesting also, is I also was embroidering that item wrong. I actually embroidered the name upside down. So now we're going to do it correctly, and we're going to do it all step by step. We're going to jump into Embrilliance. I'm going to show you how to do it in Embrilliance and all that good stuff. So we're going to get down to it. Okay, so we're going to show you guys. So before we start, though, let me start with the announcement. You guys know that I do Christmas in July gift exchange, okay? So for you guys that are interested in doing it, just know that registration is going to be opening up in 3 days. It's going to be on May 18th. So on May 18th, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be creating, I will create it tonight, and it's going to open up for registration on May 18th, and I'll be posting the link for the gift exchange in the Facebook group, okay? Now, for those of you that want to go ahead and join the gift exchange, May 18th is when I'm going to be posting it. It's going to be open for those to register until the 29th. Okay, so after May 29th, it is no longer going to be open, and it's going to be too late, and no one else is going to be able to register. On the 30th is when all of the names are going to be drawn. So everyone that registered for that gift exchange will be assigned to someone to send them a gift. Okay, now all the gifts are handmade, and whatever craft or specialty you are, whether you are a sewer or you are an embroiderer, you like the Cricut, you like to make cups, whatever, quilts, whatever it is that you like to do, that's going to be a specialty. That's what you do for the person that you're assigned. Now, I ask everyone that has joined this gift exchange that please make sure that your gifts are mailed out by July 3rd. And the reason is because we go live so that we can show off all these fabulous gifts on July 24th. Okay. So, like I said, registration opens on May 18th. And then they close on May 29th. Sorry, May 29th. So I will post all that information in our Facebook group. So those guys that are interested in joining will be able to. Okay. All right. So I started messing around with stuff back there, and I'm sorry I'm like 2-3 minutes late and stuff. I lost track of time. Glad that the mic is up and working. I do have the machine turned on with the thread that I need, okay? But let's talk a little bit about this baby gown, okay? So that way we can see what we're going to be doing and working on tonight. And hopefully it comes out right this time. All right, so if you guys remember, I was working on this baby gown, right? Now, first of all, the name is upside down, and I didn't even realize that. It should be turned the other way, where the D is on the top, not the bottom. But as you guys remember, when I was cutting, I actually cut the actual fabric of the onesie. And there is a technique that I do in order for me to prevent doing that. And that is the step that I kind of messed up on. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead. We're going to start this project from scratch. And you know, I was actually going to throw this out. But for those of you guys that are like me, that like to recycle everything, what I decided what I'm going to be doing with this is I'm going to cut it up and I'm going to use it as scrap so that when I use my serger or I want to test out a test stitch, you know, on my sewing machine or something like that, if you have stuff like this where you messed up, just cut them up in like little squares or just leave them somewhere on like a little bin or something. And then when like if you had rethread your serger and you don't even, you know, you want to make sure that the serger is stitching correctly, perfect. Okay, that way you're not using your good fabric to do all the testing. Just use this kind of stuff and it works great. Okay, just a little tip for you guys. So, and also, you know, I forgot to mention, if you guys know, last Friday we did not meet. I was Miss Camera Lady for my sister at Gifts HQ. And I got to tell you, H&H America was a lot of fun. Learned a lot. Lots of vendors out there. So if you are a small business, I highly recommend that you go. I seriously recommend that you go because that is a place where you get to learn about all the things that are coming up. So I'm telling you, it was a great place to get a lot of good information and stuff. I found that H&H America was more geared towards people that are into yarn and people that are into quilting. Not much of embroidery and stuff, but one of the things that I was able to do was I was able to talk to a lot of vendors with thread, about thread, needles and stuff. So I think, you know, everything came out really, really good and stuff. And I got to tell you, I really enjoyed being her camera lady. I'm telling you, I felt like a director, you know, it was kind of fun. And so next year, I'm going to get all dialed up. I'm going to put a Gifts HQ camera crew t-shirt on, and I'm going to wear more comfortable shoes because my back was killing me, but I held that camera for because I could not let Nancy down. But I will tell you, it was a lot of fun. It really was. So now back to this, all right, because we're going to get this done tonight and we're going to get it done right, okay? So, all right, so the name is going to be Doran, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to go over to Embrilliance, and I should have had that popped up, but let me go ahead and I'm going to share the screen, okay? I'm going to share my entire screen with you guys. Oops, hit the cancel button when I shouldn't have. I'm going to do entire screen, and I'm going to share the screen with you guys. And one of the things that we're going to do right now is we're going to pop up Embrilliance right now. And I'm sorry, this is something that I was working on for a customer. So let me close this and close this and close this. And let's start a brand new page. Okay, we're going to start a brand new page here. And one of the things that I want to show you guys is that I am actually going to be working on the hoop that is, let's see, I think it's a 9 by 4¼ inch. Yep, that's the one I'm going to be working on. So I'm going to pull that hoop up on my screen. Let's select that hoop right here. And let's see, I do have a 9¼ here. It is. I'm going to hit apply. And I'm going to put in the name of the little boy, and it's Doran. There we go. I'm going to select the font that I want, and I just want a simple hand stitch. Select that right now. It would be cute if I had did something like this. That would be kind of cute, wouldn't it? Should I? Should I do something different, guys? Now I'm like, should I? I'll do that on a test stitch. I'm not going to do this on this one. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, should I? let me see. Where's my iPad here? Because I can't see what you guys see. So I want to make sure that I can see what you guys are seeing here. Hold on. Oh my goodness. I should have been more prepared. All right, here we go. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you guys were asking me how my trip was. I see in the chat. Okay, great. All right, cool. All right, I'm good. I'm good. All right, so I'm thinking this would probably be cute. Somebody said the A might be a little bit difficult. Yeah, I'm thinking that too. I was thinking about that. But I could go a little bit bigger, and that way I have a hole. Nope, that's way too big. Okay, let's just stick with the font that I usually use to do this. That way it's a little bit easier and stuff. And we can explore using this at a later time and stuff, because I only have one gown left. So after this gown, if I screw it up, I'm gonna have to go buy more. So I don't want to do that. So all right, so this is usually what I use. Okay, and I'm going to center this, and I think that looks pretty good. And I should have printed this out too, because I do want to do a print. So I'm going to print this out, and let me use my printer here. Hopefully it prints and stuff. I should have had this all prepared. Sorry, guys. Anything, but hey, this is live. That's what happens. Sometimes, it is what it is. All right. So of course I'm not going to use that color thread. I'm going to be using white for the name. And there's a particular reason why I want to print out the template, and I'm going to show you why. Let me go grab the template real quick. This way we can take a look at it and make sure this is something that's going to fit. All right. So yeah, it is. So here's the template, okay, that I have printed out and stuff. I don't know. Do you guys see it? Did I come back? Yeah, I did. Okay. All right. So let's play with this. Okay. All right. So I got the other camera set up. So now that I have this, hold on, I have to go back, and now I'm going to have to save this to a USB. And I don't have too many ports. They don't make MacBooks with a lot of ports. Oh, great. Can't get this out. There we go. All right. Got it out. All right. Hold on. Should have had all this prepared. This would have saved a lot of time if I had did that in advance. But okay, here it is. DORAN. I'm going to replace it. Yes. All right. Hopefully I spelled the name right. And I think I did. All right. And let me make sure that it's the correct. And it is. It's there. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. So let's remove. Okay. So as you guys see, really simple to do. All you really have to do is just create the file, save it on your USB, or if you want, you can just send it over to your brother machine if you use that. I always use my USB. It's something that I don't know. It's a habit. It's what I'm used to. What works for me. And I'm gonna show you guys tell you guys something that I do with the USBs. Every month, okay, I get a bunch of orders from customers, right? So one of the things that I do is for that month, all the files that are on here, what I do is I create another folder on my library, and I will put like, what are we, let's say last month, right? Last month was April 2026. So what I would do is all of the files that I embroidered April of 2026, I go ahead and I move it to a folder. that's called April 2026. That folder matches my invoices. So let's say a customer that I had in April comes to me and says, hey, I have another shirt and I want you to embroider the same file, same size, same color, same everything that you did for me last month. Well, very easy for me to find. All I have to do is go to that folder. You know, I look at that person's invoice. I can see the month, the year that I worked on their project. Then I go to the folder that has the month and the year, and voila, I find their file right there. Very simple, easy, organized. My files match my invoices. So that's why I like to do this, because I like to have all my files together for that particular month, for that particular year. So that way it matches my invoices. Because I'm telling you, when you do an embroidery business, you don't have time to be looking through your hard drive to say, where did I save that file? Did I save it here? Did I save it there? Keep life simple. That way you can find it right away, get the job done, and keep it moving. Okay. All right. So before I have this now, right? So I'm going to put this by the machine over here. Let's prepare the gown. Okay. And before I do that, let me go ahead and I'm going to switch over my camera. Okay. We're going to add the other camera on here. Okay. Oh my goodness. We're showing my backside. Look at that. Okay. All right. So, all right. So, okay. So I'm going to, let's change this out like this. Let's put this. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Give me a minute, guys. There we go. We're switching up. All right. Okay. So let me take my iPad and I'm going to put it right here. So that way I could kind of see exactly like what you guys see. Okay. So now I'm going to move this here. So that way you guys can see exactly what I'm working with. And let's take a look at what we got at the table now. Okay. All right. So let's keep it rolling. This is the one that's bad. I know I did it wrong. Okay. What I did with this one, make sure you can see. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. What I did with this one is, if you see, it has the name, the bottom of the name, the D here, when it should be opposite. Okay. Here's the new one that we're going to work on. Okay. And then here's my template. I want this name to be like going down like this. Okay. This way. Not the opposite way. See how it was? Going up, I wanted to go down. Okay. So I'm going to take the scissor. Let me cut out the template. Okay. And I'm going to take my time because, you know, when you're rushing and stuff, and sometimes I feel like when I do the lives, I have to rush the project. I don't want to rush the project. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to embroider like I usually do when I'm here by myself and stuff. So anyway, see how this is? Okay, so now I'm laying this flat. Okay, because I want to take a good look at it, because I want to know how I want to lay this name. And I think putting it here is cute. So to make sure that I have it exactly where I want it, and I can cut some of this part here. Cut that out. I like to use painter's tape. And the reason why I like to use this is just to hold down the template. That's all it is. Okay, because I don't want this to move, because I want to make sure that I have this exactly where I want it. So I'm going to put this here, and then I usually like to put a little bit on the side as well, you know, so that way there's very little shifting that's going on. All right, so I think if I put the name right here and see how it's going down, it's going to look cute. All right, so now that I got this, I'm going to get this out of the way because this is scraps now. All right, so stabilizer. This is no-show stabilizer, okay? This is what I'm going to use. Oh, hold on. I got to get the hoop, which I have left over here. This is the hoop that I'm going to use. All right. And this is the 9 1/4. And I'm going to take this, place this on here. That you guys can see everything, right? Yeah, it looks like you can. Let me pull you back just a little bit. Okay, this is just to hold the backing. This, and I'm going to tell you something, there have been times when I've forgotten to remove this when I'm embroidering and I've embroidered with it on. You're really not supposed to. I've just been very lucky that that it hasn't damaged anything. But it even says it on here, must remove before embroidering, and there have been times when I've forgotten. So now that I have this exactly where I want it, it makes it easy for me to kind of hoop and shift the gown around so that it's positioned exactly where I want it. So when I'm hooping the gown, I'm looking to make sure that the wording, okay, of the name is inside the hoop. You don't want this to be anywhere close to the edge, okay? I can kind of already see that this has to move a little bit more up this way. I'm going to move that. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's see if I can snap this together without it going. Okay. All right. Where's the top of my hoop? It's right here. So now I'm going to put that on there. Now, it is a little loose, so I'm going to just pull on it just a little bit. You don't want to pull it a lot. You just want to pull a little bit. That's all. Just a little. Okay? You want to make sure it's fine. Now, this is fine. Now, I have a Brother machine, and it reads the snowman, so it'll make the adjustment that it needs. I just need to make sure that this embroiders the way it's supposed to here, okay? And stuff. So, yeah. I kind of like this. This is going to look cute. All right. Now, another thing I want to mention to you guys, okay? It has no show mesh. Oh, I just remembered. Now that I have this hooped, okay, take out this part. Don't leave it in there because it might mess up your machine, okay? So you want to take that out. So I'm going to put that aside because now I no longer need that backing, okay? But see, it comes out nice. And this is the thing that I want you to pay attention to when you're hooping an item like this. The part that you're embroidering it, you don't want it to be too close to the edge of your hoop. You don't want the needle to hit any of this because it can really damage your needle, your machine. So this looks like it's really placed nicely. I did a pretty good job. Now, the felt that I'm going to be using is this. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting it on here. Once again, I messed up, okay? I have to unhoop this, and I'm going to tell you why. I forgot to put the most important part. This is why I cut the fabric last time. I forgot to put this in there. I could do one or two things. I can take this out, put this underneath and put it on, but I don't want to do that because I need this to be on here. So guys, I'm going to redo this, okay? This is what happens when you do live, because you forget, because I'm talking and I'm not focusing really, but I should be focusing. So, all right, so this is how you do this, okay? Let's take this out all over again, because sometimes it's good that when you do things again. This is water-soluble stabilizer. So you don't need a whole bunch, but you do need enough that you can cover the name, you know, underneath the name. So I take this and I put this on here. Yeah. Okay. Just watch what I'm you'll be all right. Just watch. Okay, so now I'm cutting this. All right, so I have my piece right here. Okay. All right. I'm going to put that away. I'm going to put that aside. Let's do this again. Okay, but this time it's going to be a little bit different. Okay, got my stabilizer out too. No show mesh. Let's put this aside for now. I need to hoop this stabilizer. So hold on. Put this on here. Here we go again. Doing this one more time. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I know that it has a little bump there. Don't worry about that. It'll smooth out. Now I'm focusing, guys. That's why I'm a little quiet right now, because I'm focusing. Okay, so I have my gown. I'm laying it out. Okay. I'll take this. I'm going to put it where I want it. You guys can see everything, right? Yeah. Okay. I'll put it right here. I think this is cute right here. Okay. Now, I put tape for the template, but I'm also going to put tape for here because I don't want this to shift or anything like that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it where I want it. Here we go with the tape. I use a lot of this tape. All right. So now I'm going to use this. Put that down. Okay. Put this down here because I don't want this to shift. And I'm also going to put it here too. And while you guys are watching me do this, think about how much would you charge for this if somebody asked you to do this for them. Because think about all the steps. You see what I'm doing, right? It's a lot. This isn't just something that's done on the fly. All right, let me make sure it looks nice. Yeah, it does. It's a little bit on the crooked side, isn't it? It is. Hold on. See, baby's looking at me. How cute. What a cute baby. Okay, now I'm going to put it down. Now it'll look good. Okay, smack, smack, smack right there, and poop. There we go. Now I'm going to put my little thing. I'm going to do it this way because I'm going to put the gown towards the machine that way. I want this to be towards me. I'm going to put this in now. And then now I want the name to be in the middle of this hoop. Okay. So now it's fiddling with the hoop time. Okay. I could feel the edge of the hoop right here. See? So that's when I know that I got to move this way. And move it a little bit more, because you want this to be right in the middle. And let's see. Okay, I think I got it. Even though, okay, so let's take this. Okay, hold on, where's this is the in, this is the out, the machine, the hoop has to go like this. So here we go. There we go. So I got it like that. All right. Nice. And too close. See? Too close to the edge. So that's not good. So I got to rehoop. Ugh. It's hard. All right. Let's do this again. So this was too close. So that means I got to move this up a bit. This way. And this is the thing, guys. If you guys don't hoop right, the project's not going to come out right. So you got to be really, really particular. Okay. All right. This is the big hoop. Yep. So this goes like this. There you go. Perfect. All right. Got it now. See? Plenty of space. Let's take that backing out, because you don't want that backing in there. Put it on the side. Now we're fine. Put it in the machine this way. Okay? So let's go over to the machine now, guys. All right, so I'm going to take this. Let's put you guys to the machine. All right. Let's go over now. And what happened? Okay, you know what? I got scared. I thought I lost the USB. Isn't it? I would have been terrible. All right, let me put you guys over here. All right. I don't need to oil my machine. I've already oiled it this morning. So it's good. Just want to make sure there's enough bobbin in there. And there is. There is more than enough bobbin in there. Put my USB in there. I already have the right color thread. I want to use the color thread white. Make sure you guys can see everything. All right, so go to my USB. I'm going to pull the name. This is it. Oh, look at that. And it's D. You guys can't see. Okay, hold on. There you go. Can you guys see now? I want to make sure you guys can see. All right. And you guys can still hear me, right? Yep, you guys can still hear. Okay. I would like to know how much you, Jeanette, would charge. I'm prices, Cindy. I'll share with you guys. I'll share with you guys. But let's get it done first, right? Okay, because you never know if it comes out jacked up, Cindy. I might be selling this sucker for $1. Okay, so you never know. All right, so as you can see, it's Doran. All right, so it has that over there. So it came out perfect. All right, so now what I'm going to be doing is, well, actually, it didn't, because I'm going to be doing it this way. I want to put this in first, okay, and stuff. Or should I do yeah, this is the way I'm going to put it in. So it's going to have to go upside down, but the machine will make the right adjustment. And I do have to do something to the machine. Hold on, let me bring you guys back so you guys can see what's going on. This is too short because this was the 5.5, the 5x5 hoop, because I was doing logos today for a business. So now I got the right hoop size. Now I'm going to put this in, not during. I'm going to do it the other way, and it'll find it. It'll fix it. Now, okay, hold on. As you're putting this in, one of the things that I caution is the fabric bunches in the back, okay? So, do you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah, you guys can see what I'm doing. It kind of bunches back there. So you need to make sure that you're lifting your fabric. Hold on. Yep, and let me, oh man, okay. I want to show you guys something, okay? I know that you guys might get a little, I want you guys to look at this. See how it bunched up, okay? You got to make sure that when you're putting in your fabric, that it's actually going in that arm, all right? Because if not, then what's going to happen is you embroider the front to the back. Now, I don't know. I know my camera angles are a little jacked up, guys, but all right. So I'm going to take this out again, and this time I'm going to feed it, okay? So I'm going to feed it really carefully and make sure that the bottom of this baby gown gets wrapped around that arm and that it doesn't bunch up in the back. So I'm telling you, this is a lot. Okay, hold on, guys. I didn't mean to get in front of the camera, but the thing is, I need to, because I need to make sure that this gets hooped right, because if it doesn't get hooped right, then it's not going to work, okay? So, all right, so I got this right. I got this right. Okay, it is around, so it's not going to do the thing. All right. Oof. Okay, see, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It really is. That's why everybody wants everything, but nobody wants to pay. Okay. All right. So okay. So now I'm going to hit. Can you guys see everything? Okay, you guys can see everything. So let me put you guys through this angle, because I want you guys to see. And this is the thing too. I have a time lag. All right, so here we go. So I want you guys to see. So notice how right here, see, it's around the arm, okay? So that means that the back of the gown is not going to be embroidered to the front. So you want to make sure about that, okay? And you want to make sure it's nice and loose, so that way it can embroider correctly and stuff like that, okay? So then I'm also going to edit this because I want white thread, okay? So let's see. All right. So I got all that. So, all right. I'm also going to do the snowman feature. And it's going to read all of that. And I got my felt. Okay, so it's doing the snowman feature. Hold on so you guys can see. Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to hit okay. And that is not correct. That is not correct because it needs to, oops, sorry guys, it needs to rotate. So, man. Nope. Nope. Let's try this again. Nope. Mm-mm. This is not the way it's supposed to be. All right, let's delete this. Let's bring it back again. Okay, let's see that snowman feature. There we go. Okay. Let me show you guys what happened. And you guys are looking at my machine and not even seeing what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. Okay. let me show you guys what happened here. Okay. I'm trying to move my camera. Sorry, guys. My camera's now caught. Okay. All right. I don't have the camera features in Nancy has, though. All right. The name and the way the position of the snowman, okay, should match the way it looks on the screen. And it wasn't doing that, okay? So now let's see if the snowman, if it's going to find it, okay? So let me see. I got you right back looking at the machine. Oh, my goodness. I'm trying, guys. But anyway, let's see what happens, okay? So it should be recognizing. And then I think now, yep. I don't know if you guys can see. See? It's finding it. And now it's going to work. There you go. And it says extends. All right, so it's too big. Can't do it. Why won't it do it? Jesus. Why won't it do it? Let me see if I can rotate. All right, hold on. Oh, really? Are you guys looking at the camera again? Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. All right, guys. All right, hold on a minute. Hold on. See, I blame this on Nancy. Do lies, do project lies. I don't like doing this stuff because I really need to focus sometimes. It's like, okay. Rotate. It's going to go that way. All right, so I'm going to do a scan. And it might get caught. Yep. Yeah. That's fine. All right, now what I'll do is I'll move the design to kind of go over where I want it to embroider. And it's not going to. Okay, I see what's going on. Let's do a little trace here. Nope, it's not going to. Yep. Okay. All right, it's too big. Okay, it's just not going to work. You got to remember too, guys, these hoops, the Mighty Hoops, they're a third-party product with the brother machines, right? So always have to trace and everything, because sometimes the size of the hoop, you think you can embroider on it, but you really can't. So with this one, it's not recognizing that I can embroider in this. So what I have to do now is I have to make this the design a little smaller, which is fine. I can do that. It's just going to change it. It's not going to actually put it, but that's okay. Let's see. Let's see how it's going to, if I can get it in there. It's the work. Okay, it's good enough. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the template. All right, we're taking out the template. I'm taking my felt. I'm putting it on here. And make sure this is taken out. Label. I don't want no label in there. Put this in here. Just going to smush it in there. You want it to have, let me show you guys how I'm putting it in there. Okay. You want some excess in all the different, in the front, the back, the sides, and everything like that. Because remember, we're going to be cutting, okay? We're going to be cutting. So, yeah, this is the front. Let me see, make sure none of the thing is collected. It's not. And then I have my water-soluble stabilizer underneath. I'm good. All right. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start embroidering. I want to make sure it uses the white thread. just 7. Okay. It can go pretty quickly. Woo! Look at how it, see, you got to be real careful. And this is the time for chopsticks, guys, because you don't want to get your hands all caught up in there. So. All right. Okay. And hold it down. And I got a snag. All right. This is great live, isn't it? Okay. I'm going to stick to talking business. I'm telling you, because I don't do very well with these things. All right. So did I jinx myself? I may have. All right. So what are you guys looking at? Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. All right. See, because I don't know. I can't do this and see what you guys are seeing at the same time. So, all right. So I'm going to rethread. Put my garbage away. Okay. Make sure everything is fine in here. All right. Let's start over. Well, I'll go back a couple. What did I do? Go back. All right, let's try this again now. And it unthreaded again. Okay, so something's going on. Hold on, let me see something. Nope, it's right. It didn't thread right. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Oh, difficulties. You know, I didn't have no issues with any of my projects today. Everything went smoothly. And now this one is giving me the finger. And something's wrong. Yep, something's wrong. What is wrong? Something's not right. Let me close. And I got a feeling. Yep, I got a bird's nest. Oh. Okay, if I could curse right now, guys, I mean, you would hear every Puerto Rican curse word in the book right about now. I cannot believe this got eaten up. Yep. This got eaten up. I cannot believe it. Yep. Oh, I have to cut it. Oh my. Okay. All right. So that's so much for today's live. All righty. So ain't this something? Oh my. The bobbin. Oh my God. Can't believe this happened. My goodness. But let me show you guys what happened. I don't know. Can you guys see? And I can't zoom in. Get the chair. This is a chair moment. Oh my goodness. The bobbin came out and the case, and I have a bird's nest. So, cut all this here. How did that happen? That's terrible. Oh my goodness. All right. All right. So maybe I can save this. I don't know. Looks like it come out. Yep. All right. Did it pop a hole in the fabric? I don't believe it did. So I think take it out. Nothing's easy. You know, I got a feeling that the kid is going to get his baby gown when he graduates college. That's what I think is going to happen here, guys. This kid is going to be at graduation, okay? College graduation. And then I'm going to say, I finally got your baby gown done. Cannot believe this. Cannot believe this. I just hope it's not damaged. That's the only thing that go through my mind right now, because I don't have an extra. There is no extra. I would have to order. I really wanted to give this to them. No. Man. All right. What is that? Oh, man. Okay. Is this all thread? I think so. Yes, I saved it. Woo! Oh, man. That wasn't fun. Okay. Mellow. I don't know what to say. Mama. I'm going to put an extra layer of this stuff because of that hole that it made on the water soluble stabilizer. I need that extra support. So I'm going to be putting this here. When I put it back in the machine, and of course I'll use another. No. Oh, this really didn't damage this that much. This is fine. It's fine. All right. So, my goodness gracious. All right. Now I got to clean my bobbin area on the machine because it's got thread all over the place. All right. So, guys, this is what you do when one machine acts up. You go to the third machine. All right, so now we're going to turn this machine on, okay? And I'm going to check this, and I have to oil this machine because I did not use this machine today. Bobbin, it's good. Check. Oil, have to oil it. Let me see if I can see what you guys can see. You guys need to be moved back and moved up. Oh, my goodness. All right, so here we go again. And why does it have to be now? It's like all day. I was embroidering with no problems. Everything was working. You know, well, I'm going to be honest. If the machine's got a screw up, let it screw up on something that I'm working on for me. Oh, sorry. And not for a customer. So even though she's a little belly up right now, and she's a little sick right now, and it's because I have to clean out the thing. She did me good. Okay, because she took care of me with the with my customers. So I'm gonna have to put this in, and I know this is in the right size, so I'll put this. Here we go again. Let's see. That's the little there. All right, Got all that in here. All right, I got the oil in there. Let me take my USB. Let me put you to work, my dear. And hopefully you're, and it could be too that that machine's mad at me because I've been using it a lot today. So it probably got some attitude going on. Okay, so I already know. I took out the template, so I'm going to wing it, guys. I'm just going to wing it. Okay, so I already know that I have to minimize the size, okay, which is what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to rotate it like that, okay. Now, this is going to be fine. I'm going to hit the end. This is going to be, trace it. Okay, let me move it up this way. Just trace that again. Okay. 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 All right. Now, the felt. I'm going to put the felt on. Like I said, make sure you have plenty of felt in all the areas. Hold on. I'm going to put that side on because I have some white stuff on here. Let's do it this way. All right. Okay. Let's try it. Let's give it a shot now, shall we? I'm going to embroider, and I want it from needle number 2. Okay, needle number 2. Okay. Where's my chopsticks? Because where did I put them? I know I had chopsticks. Here we go. Let's take these chopsticks now. All right, because I want to hold these down so that it can embroider correctly. It's not squished or anything. You want to double check everything because you want to make sure it's nice. Wow, this is a lot of work. Okay. Well, normally I do these a lot faster. Okay. All right. This is, let me stop it because see, look what's happening. This is like in the way. All right. And this is what's, okay. Now it'll embroider a little bit better, faster. All right, so let me put the camera where you guys can kind of see how it's going. Do you guys see it? You guys see it okay? All right, so once it does the first letter, it should be fine. But see how it crunches up right here? This can become problematic, so you have to like hold it down because you don't want it to mess up anything. Oh, it's coming out cute. There you go. And I have it at 900 stitches per minute. All right, guys. So it's going. All right, let me go to to the chat, see how you guys are doing. At the same time, I'm watching the machine with you guys. But see how it kind of like flips up a little bit, the felt and stuff. Look at that. See? Okay. All right. Nope, it looks good. All right, so let me move this out of the way in case I have to jump up. But I think I'm okay. But see right here? See? It got caught up again. I'm going to stop that. See how it got caught up right here? See? So you want to fold that down. One of the things that I can do, these little tricks that you learn. Take a little piece of tape, painter's tape. Go like that. See? And even on here, little painter's tape right there. Okay, you guys see what I'm doing? Normally, this really takes a lot longer. I don't know why I'm just having this bad luck today. It could be because I'm just tired, but I'm normally doing what I usually do. There you go. See how it holds it down? Put a little painter's tape because you don't want this to lift up, get caught in one of these, and then next thing you know, it could, embroider over that, and then you end up with like a mess. So, but thankfully, when that bird nest happened, it didn't I was able to get the baby gown out of there without making a hole and stuff. So yeah, so those are little tricks. See how the painter's tape just holds the fabric down, and the rest of it is fine. It's not gonna lift or anything like that and stuff. So, but I tell you, for a minute there, I thought this would be the college graduation gift, All right, guys. So I am going to go and start saying hi to you guys. Let's see. Hey, Robin, how are you? Hi, Cindy. Let's see. I see my sister's in the house. Nancy, how are you? And I'm telling you, I think this is really working well, the mic and stuff. I think people are really going to start liking this because one of the things that my sister said is when I start to do the embroidery, it's like, and I walk away, maybe like the sound of the embroidery machine kind of like goes over my voice, and it kind of like made it hard. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So we'll see. Hey, baby giant. Hey, Jaws mom. How you doing? Hey, E. Collins. Roxanne's in the house. I'm just going through over here. Hey, Jackie. How are you? Sister time is always enjoyable. Yep, it is. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Iris. How you doing? Hey, Deborah. How are you? Oh, Deborah reminded me. Also, just in case you guys know, for those of you guys that go to the embroidery club that I host at Susie's Quilt Shop in Northern Virginia, Manassas, her shop is going to be closed this Saturday, so there's going to be no embroidery club meeting this month. Okay, I am going to be hosting next month, and next month what we're going to be doing is going to be taking the machine, and I'm actually going to embroider a t-shirt, and I'm going to show you guys how to do reverse applique. And so I know a lot of the members of the club wanted to actually see me do it, so I figured, okay, I'll just get a t-shirt, and then we'll do reverse applique over there. So yeah, so there is no embroidery club tomorrow. All right. Hey, Marsha, how are you? How you doing? Hey, Marina, how are you? Let's see. And I appreciate you guys really hanging out with me tonight and stuff, because I know that little bumpy road. We ended up with the nesting on that machine. So I'm going to have to clean out that bobbin area tonight before I go to bed, because I always like to make sure that my machines are cleaned before I go to bed. But, you know, that's just a habit that I have, is that when I'm done embroidering, I clean out all the machines and everything. And if I need to, I change the needles and all that good stuff and everything. So after this is done, the next step is the cutting process. That's the hand part. And that is where I like to add that, you know, that water soluble topper between the felt and the fabric. Because if you guys remember on the old one, that's when I accidentally clipped the actual gown when I was trying to, you know, cut out the felt. So that that layer between the actual item and the felt helps you a lot. So to prepare for that, while that is going on, I'm going to take out some scissors that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to be doing. I'm actually going to be using this fabric, this scissor, which is the round ones. I'm going to be using that. I think I'll be using some snips as well. Okay, these will also have a round edge to it. Okay. Let's see what else I have here. And I'll use these as well. Now, I used to have, and I need to find out where I put it. I had some blunt ones, and they were foldable. And they grew legs, okay? So I'm like wondering, took my scissors. So I'm like thinking and stuff. But yeah, I can't find them anywhere. And those were really the scissors that I used a lot for these types of projects. So I'm going to have to go out and buy another pair because I don't have them with me. And I really love those scissors because they had the little round edge, and that helped me a lot. Can't find them for the life of me. I got a feeling that someone must have borrowed them for something and then never bought them back. Notice how I'm always blaming everybody at the house for something. I never blame myself. But yeah, either that or I don't believe it's in the sewing room because I would not have used that in the sewing room. So it's okay. And those are usually really good. So if you can get a pair of scissors with the rounded edge, not the pointed, that would help you a lot with these type of projects and stuff. So that is almost done. But I'm going to run over to the sewing room real quick because I want to see if I have it there by chance. Sorry about that, guys. Nope, I don't. Water. Do I have them here? Where the heck did those things go? Here they go. Get some water. All righty. Guess what I found? These are the scissors that I'm talking about. See how it has the rounded edge? Almost done. Perfect. All righty. Cindy, you know how you asked that question, how much would I charge? The way this was going, $150. That's what I would charge. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm going to take this out. All right, let me put this on the cutting board right here. And let's take a look at this. Let me move you guys, and I'll move this here so that way you guys can see. Same time I can see what you guys see. All right, so let me move you guys down. There we go. All right, so here we go. All right, so came out pretty cool. Let me take this out of the hoop. Little tape over here. All right, let me move this over to the side because we don't need the hoop anymore and stuff. But let's take a look at what we got, okay? So we have this embroidered on here. The back is not embroidered to the front. It survived that nasty bird's nest that we experienced, okay? All right, so I'm going to move this here. All right, so what scissors am I going to use? Where did I put them? Okay, there we go. All right. I'm losing it. All right, so here we go. So I got some snips here, this and this, which you don't see. Here we go. All right, there we go. All right. I'm going to use these scissors. They do have a sharp. I'm going to use these because they do have a little curve in there, but they are a little sharp too. All right. I really do like these because they're kind of light and they're plasticky and they're sharp. Have a little bit of a blunt edge, but they're not that bad. These are the ones that I love using because there's little glue on there. Somebody was using these. Anyway, this has a rounded tip. Okay. That's why I like these so much for this type of project. Okay. So move you back. Let's see, so that you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. So here's your baby gown. I don't need any of this anymore. All right. So first what I'll do is I'm going to cut the excess, a lot of the excess. And I usually like to fold it and then just kind of cut across. Now, when I fold, and then notice how here is the water soluble stabilizer. So I put that apart. So I just go in here. Just cutting apart, cutting across. Be careful too. Don't rush cutting because you don't want to accidentally, after all this work, you accidentally cut something that you're not supposed to. So you can throw out the excess, or if you're going to use it for another project, keep it. But okay. All right, so here we go. All right. Let me throw out the excess because I'm not going to use any of that. All right, so here we go. So I don't need the painter's tape anymore, so I'm going to just take this out. This can come off or whatever. You know, just fold it back. Yes, it's fine. I'll leave it. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to cut around this. Okay, we want to cut out the letters one at a time. So usually what I'll do is, see how I have this here? This kind of helps you. Okay, so that way you don't accidentally poke into the fabric and it accidentally cuts. Because remember, that's how I went and I accidentally did this one right here. Remember? And then I poked and then look what happened. I cut right in here. All right. So you want to prevent that. So that's what this does. Okay. If you can use 2 layers, use 2 layers, but one is usually sufficient. But you can do 2, you know, if you want that double protection. All right. So here I go. All right. Let's start. So I'm going to start around here, cut a little bit here. Now I'm going to cut around the end. I'm going to be honest with you. I actually like working on this because, well, not really on lies, you know, but when I'm alone, I like doing it because I find it kind of smoothing, you know, like it's pretty cool to do, you know, because it's very detailed work. So it's like you sit around and I just enjoy it. I enjoy cutting it, you know. Um, there you go. So see how I'm cutting the end? And I hope you guys can see everything. Because see, usually when I'm working on something like this, I'm sitting in a chair and I'm usually like, you know, fumbling with, you know, I'm feeling the fabric and all that kind of stuff. I kind of like doing this. I'll see how I'm going in and see. And when you put the scissors in, especially if you have this type of scissor, it's rounded. So it's not really going to like poke right into the fabric. Okay. So there you go. See how I got these? Just, and then I'll just like make a little snip there and then go like with the end. Okay, I just want to make like a little indentation in there, you know, for the end. Now, sometimes when you're cutting, you'll kind of notice it's a little uneven. That's when these scissors kind of come in handy with the little round edge, because then what you do is you can kind of like help to round it off. Okay. And see how it looks a little bit better. And like I said, the having that water soluble stabilizer underneath does help. And these take a long time to do, but I gotta admit, I do like making these because I find it kind of smoothing. Now, here you have, you know, like you gotta go in there. That's why I kind of like these, but make sure that you're going in and you're kind of like pulling up, because you don't want to go in and then stab the fabric. So just cut a little bit at a time so that you can go in a little more and then cut. Once you have that slit like this, then the best thing to do is to use these scissors so that you can then make the rest of the cut. And usually what I'll do is I'll cut like right smack in the middle like this, because that'll give me an opening. See that opening? And I hope you guys can see. Looking at my camera on the front to see if you guys can really see, because these are like good ways to think. And I know that all right, there you go. All right, so, and these are really the best ones to use. I know the last time I wasn't using these scissors because I couldn't find them. That's why. I was mostly using, I believe I was using this scissor or another scissor, and they're sharper. And that's when I made that oops. Okay. And then let's make Little indentations here. There you go. It is a lot of work. Um, Now, because Cindy talked about the pricing and stuff, she mentioned that she's starting some. Let me stop. I'm just joking with you, Cindy. I would say price it however you want. I actually enjoy making these, so it's really not a big deal for me unless I'm doing it live. Because if I'm doing it live, then I'm kind of like, you know, because to me, making this is kind of smoothing to me. And see, this does leave a lot of stuff on my thing, so I like to clean as I cut my letters. I don't like a messy workplace. I'm gonna move that in. See how nicely that came out? So the way to really do this, gotta get a chair or something. The way I would really recommend doing this is you just work one letter at a time. Okay. Let me see if I can sit down while I show you guys. Let's see. Can I position the camera in a better place while I'm sitting? There you go. Whew, this is a lot of work. Okay, so I got to do it this way. All right, cool. All right, which is fine. I can do this. All right, so if you focus on one letter at a time, take your time. This is how to do it. All right, so while you guys are watching me cut, I will tell you guys about Chicago. Uh, it was fun. Like I said in the beginning before you know, the live, if you guys are running an embroidery business, I really recommend you guys go because even though there really wasn't a lot of vendors there for embroidery, they had a lot of applique embroidery patterns and stuff like that. They really focused more on the quilting side. However, though, I was able to talk with Madeira. I was able to talk to a bunch of other you know, thread companies. And one of the things that's really great is that, you get wholesale prices when you buy directly from these companies if you have a business license and everything. So, and I have a business license. So I was able to set up accounts with a lot of these companies. So that way I'm not paying retail for items such as bobbins, threads, needles. Those things add up. A lot of times, people don't think of it, but those things do add up. Make sure you guys can see. Oh, okay. Those costs do add up. I go through needles like crazy. That's for sure. And that is one of the reasons why I really wanted to go, because I wanted to talk to some of these companies to see what can I do to um decrease some of my costs, which is supplies, right? Now, as for blanks, let me move you guys. As for blanks, I have a wholesaler that's real close to me. So if I wanted to do blanks for like shirts and stuff like that, which is not really something that I offer, but one of the things that I always do is I like to talk to my customers, and when they're looking for stuff like polos and stuff like that, I always recommend them to the wholesaler that's by me. And the reason why I like doing that is because I prefer my customers go and buy their own shirts. As long as they tell me where they bought them from, I'm okay with that. Get your shirts, because that way you get the shirt that you want. I don't want to I don't want to get into the business of housing shirts in my home or having to get a warehouse or anything like that. People don't realize that when you go that route, that actually cuts into your profits. you know. That's when you have to start hyping your prices because you have to cover those costs. Some of my prices are reasonable because I can work from my home. And the reason why I can work from my home is because I don't have a whole bunch of stuff all over the place, you know? So it works for me. So, so I was able to get a lot of contacts for my suppliers, people that I've used. And I was really happy about that, you know. And I was really happy that I was able to help Nancy out too. You guys can't see anything that I'm doing. Oh my God. So anyway, and Nancy's been getting on me about my channel and stuff. She says I need to do better. But I have to tell you guys, it's not easy for me because it's one of the things that I was thinking was, well, Nancy just focuses on the channel, but I have the Etsy shop, and then I also have a local business that I'm running, and sometimes things hit me in lots of different, times. There are times when I have nothing, no local sales and stuff like that. I'm all caught up on my orders. So all I have to do is, I can focus on my Etsy shop, fixing the pictures and stuff like that, or, you know, working on my channel. But then sometimes I have splurts where I have a whole bunch of people like today. Everybody wanted their stuff today. Nobody wanted to wait for tomorrow. So it was like, oh my God. I was like, okay, everybody hit me up. And I was telling Nancy before I came on live, I was like, oh my God, I was like exhausted because from the moment I woke up, I had to go to the post office twice. And I still have to go to the post office again tomorrow because I have more orders that I have to mail out. So it's crazy. It's just crazy. All right, so let's talk about this letter A. Okay? You could do one or two things. When you have letters like this, like the A, the D, the O, you can leave it filled like that, but I actually prefer to make the little hole in here. Sometimes people are like, how the heck do you do that without cutting your fabric? What I say is that's what this stabilizer is here for. So what I do is I'll take something like this. I go right smack in the middle and I just little bit at a time, you cut at it. Same place until you start seeing the plastic. Then you know to stop and then you can go around it. So I'm going to have to stand so I can show you guys how to actually do this. And I don't know why I'm not doing too well with the camera today. But all right, let me hold it up. All right, so I think it's the way the camera's positioned. Guys, hold on 1 minute. I'm sorry. And I can't turn the camera. I don't know why. Hold on. Nope, I can't turn it. All right. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. This is just, I don't know why I'm having a hard time with this stand. This is the stand that I've always used. All right. Okay. Here we go. I'm at the A. All right. Here we go. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how I do the A. You go in there a little bit at a time. I'm going to snip. Use this one. This one's a little bit better. But you're going to snip a little bit at a time. Not a lot. Just a little bit here and there. See how I'm doing? You guys can see? Yeah. I'm going right in the middle. And I'm just tearing in there. Now, see how it's starting to just a little bit. And I'm just doing like a little circle. There you go. I don't know if you see it, but already I see the plastic. Do you see it? It's in there. See, so I just got to clean it up a little bit. Does this thing get dull on me? Now I can take this and I can go in and I can start cutting my circle. And notice how I'm using the rounded edge. See? See how the circle showed up? Now I can go in and I can start snipping so I could get my circle. And then this is where this scissor comes in because it's rounded, but you got to be careful because this is pointed too, okay? So this is pointing, so you don't want this to go into the fabric. So I just go like this and little by little. I find this very soothing to do. See? See how I got the A? There you go. Just a little bit more. Done. So I got my A. And see how the plastic is intact? See that? Nice. Now I could go to the eye. The eye is where I screwed up the last time. Remember that? Use these. These are there. I go like this. Then I lift it up. Go into the side. Lift it up. And then I just cut. There you go. See how you make that slit? And then I can... You do have to be careful. This is not... I'm going to tell you something right now. This is not something that you want to rush at all. Because when you rush it, and maybe that's what happened to me last time, that's when you actually start to cut the, you make the mistakes. And if you notice, I move this item around a lot because you want to, you want your little curves and stuff like that. So, yeah. And you know what was really nice too, when me and Nancy went, we had a lot of people that recognized Nancy. Shabby Fabric was there. She said hi to Nancy. She took a picture with Nancy. I was in shock. I was like, oh, wow, that's Shabby Fabric. Really nice lady. Very, very nice lady. She met so many people and stuff. And then when we got off the, I think it was the van, I think there was a lady that recognized us too. I think her name was Enrique or something like that. Real nice lady. She was like, oh, the sewing sisters. And I was like, oh. She says she watches Nancy and then she watches me. And stuff. You guys can see everything, right? And here I am standing. I think it's better if I stand to show you guys. Now you see how this R gets a little too close to so that's where you just snip a little bit, just so that you can create that little space. See? See how it came out nice? See? Isn't that nice? I wish I could see your chats. I can't see your chats while I'm cutting. And stuff. This one's coming out a little better. It looks like this is going to be a long night, guys. Yeah. There we go. All right. And I don't want to rush it, guys, because I already, like I said, I don't have another one of these baby gowns. And I don't want to have to spend money to buy another one because money's tight, man. Things are rough. Things are rough out there. Okay, so I've been going to Walmart a lot to buy my food and stuff. Great value. We've been great valuing everything now, me and Fred. Because money is a little bit on the tight side. We're on a fixed income. It's like I was telling Fred, oh man, we're like, we really are retired. We're on a fixed income. All right, I'm getting there, guys. All right, now we have these two, and you know, these two have those holes in them. And I'll show you about how to get rid of that water soluble too. It's not that hard. See how I'm pulling it? But let me separate these two letters. And notice how I love these scissors with the blunt. You just go in and then just turn this way. And then I just do it little by little. And then if you see you can't go too deep, then go the other way too. And eventually you meet up. See? Cut it. See? There you go. Separated the thing. And then because I separated this, I can use the round scissors. And start cutting my O. Make it nice and round. And somebody asked me once about the wash, right? How does the felt go in the wash? No issues, guys. No issues at all. It washes fine. I have absolutely no issues. Okay. Where's my blunt scissors? Because I don't want to take a chance. Here we go. There we go. And then this, I'll just make a little space there. Well, we had a rough beginning in making this with that bird's nest. But, you know, I got to be honest with you guys. Even though it's a little frustrating when those things happen, I kind of do like it when they happen because these are issues that you yourself may experience while you're embroidering, you know? This way you know that it's not, you know, not everything's perfect. All right, so this is what it's looking like so far. And then I want to throw this out because I don't want to have this stuff all over the floor. All right. Okay. All right, so see, this is how it's looking so far. See, it looks cute. I like it. I like it. I still have to cut out this and this. All right, the inside. So I'm going to show you guys again how to do it. Like I said, you want to go in the middle and you just want to kind of pick at it. That's it. But you want to be careful. You don't want to really dig in there because if you dig in too much, you can cut the fabric. And that's the part that you want to be really careful on. Okay, so you want to cut the felt, not the fabric. You just want to make that little slit. And see, I already got the slit done. And is my scissors getting dull? I think my scissors are getting dull. I already have like a little slit there. So when I have the slit in there, I gently go in and then cut around. See? There you go. Put your scissor in. But when you have, see? Look at that. Nice. Nice. And when I have an opening as big as that, then it's easier for me to put this type of a scissor in there and not have to worry about cutting the fabric. See how the D's coming out nice? Wonder if I have anybody. Am I talking to myself? I wonder if I have viewers. I don't know. Sometimes I can't see if there's people on the chat. I might be talking to myself. Who knows? Well, anyway. Look, Jeanette, it's pretty. See, look at that D. Now, I could fix that a little bit here, but see how it's easier now to fix? Because I have the opening, so it's good. And then I can just take that little round scissor and cut away. It looks good. Same thing. Now I just have to do this. Oh, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do the water soluble stabilizer. So, like I said, go in the center and just kind of like pick at it. Be careful with sharp scissors. You don't want to go so much in that next thing you know, you're cutting the fabric. There you go. I got my slit. Got my slit in there, see? And my little slit. Last letter. As you can see, very time consuming. But I like making them. Some people may charge a lot for these because of the time. And honestly, guys, totally get it. This is not, you know, because the thing is, it's not just hand embroidered. This is also, I mean, not just machine embroidered. It's also cut, it's cut by hand. You know, so. And I kind of like the look of it being cut by hand rather than cut by a machine. Because I think it gives it that really cute look. Look at that. Looks nice. All right, let me take this out. All right, so let's take a look at it. Put the scissors aside. Look at how cute. Now I do have to turn it inside out because you know we got the mesh. All right, so let's take care of this first. So now I have this, my no-show mesh. And what am I going to do? I'm going to take another pair of scissors. I'm going to use this to cut my no-show mesh. Now, when this is all said and done, I do put tender touch. Okay, for those of you guys that are wondering, because this is going on a baby. So when it comes to babies and stuff like that, I do use tender touch. So. And as always, be very careful because you don't want to do all that work and then all of a sudden you cut the gown. You know? So be careful. All right. So we got rid of that. All right. So let me turn this inside out now. Ooh. Okay. Turning it inside out again. Now we got Doreen. Okay, hold on. There we go. Now We got the water soluble stabilizer, right? Okay. Now I use 2 sheets, right? So what I usually do is I remove 1 sheet at a time. Okay. Now, of course, you could use water to get rid of it. But what I do is I take the top sheet first. When you're pulling, put your finger on the felt, hold it down, press down on the felt, and then you can pull the water soluble stabilizer like this. See how I'm pulling? Because you don't want to stress the stitches. So just pull like that. Okay? Little by little. So, and I know some of you guys are probably like, oh God, that's so much work. So many, things that you have to think about. See how I'm taking out the top layer? Now, see how I do with my fingers? I kind of like hold on it. You have to, because you don't want to, like, after all this work, mess it up. Some of it will come out easy. Sometimes you'll have like a little rough spot here and there. That's where you use your finger and the pressure to hold down. See, took that out. Okay. Now, of course, you're going to have this area right here. You can take a scissor and cut it, but what I do is I lift it, you kind of separate it. You got to be careful, or if you want, just spray water on it. But I kind of like to pull it, so hold on. Let me just take it out so you guys can see how I'm doing it. See how I put my hand and then I just hold down on it. See how it, usually if it's 1 sheet, comes out a little easier, but this is 2 sheets, so. Pull away. Don't pull like on it. Try to pull away. There you go. All right. Got most of it done. All right. See how I still have right here? So now this is where you kind of like do little by little. You can probably take like a Q-tip with water and take it out if you want. I just kind of like pick on it. That's what I usually do. You can also take, you got to be careful though. If you're doing what I'm doing, be careful. You're just cutting and then pull away. See how that came out? Or if you're like, oh, then water. But the thing that I don't like about the water is that I don't want that residue to be on here, so. But you do have to like, just pick on it little by little. Play with it. Put your fingers in there. Or take a little toothpick or something. Let me see. I got something else that I can probably put in there that I use to clean. Here. Sometimes you got to be creative because see, look, this doesn't have a sharp edge. So that way it's not like, well, you can put this in here. Right? And you can kind of lift it a little bit like that, to like break it. And then you just go ahead and you just pull. You know, gently though. You don't like yank it. Don't yank it. Because you want things to stay nice. So, but as you can see, it's a lot. Some people will just go and say, oh, the hell with it. I'm spraying it with water. And you can, if you want. You know, you can do that. But I like to take out as much as I can by hand. You know, that's how I like to do it. Because these are the type of projects that I like to do when I have time. Because as you can see, look, even taking this stuff out, it's a lot. And this is a little, usually it's much easier. It's just that this is 2 layers. Okay, if it was 1 layer, that thing would have been gone already. But I have put 2 layers. And you just want to kind of pull it out and stuff like that. So as you can see, it's a little hard. See? There you go. It is a little hard, so you know I had it in there, but now it's like, what the heck? All right, let me see. I can always throw this in the wash. Let's try to do something. Because see, this is the thing. There's 2 layers, so this may not work. If I sprayed on it, it might get a little dirty. I want to pull this apart a little bit. No, I'm not going to do that. Nope. 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 Hold on. I'm trying to find a way. This is a seam ripper, guys, if you're asking. And it has little rubber things that I sometimes use to pull this. But the thing is, I have 2 layers in here, so it's getting a little rough. See, this is getting problematic. I know some of you guys are probably thinking, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. I mean, it looks cute, but it is a lot of work. Some of you guys are probably thinking, just throw some water on that thing. Because I know I'm getting to that point, guys, where I just want to throw water on it now. There you go. You just want that opening. Once you have that opening, then you're golden. See how it came out? Perfect. But that's just the top layer. Because remember, I had 2. Now I got to do the same thing for the second to pull this out. This is going to be an all-nighter. All right, let's see. I just want to rip that. Once I rip it, then this is a lot. Okay, there you go. Nice, good rip. There you go. Now I can go in there and start pulling. There we go. There we go. Now it's coming out. Perfect. See? This, oh my God. This is a lot. Okay, and I'm scared to, I'm not going to use any scissors or anything because these are little small areas. So let's try this. Let's try this. I mean, worst comes to worst, I can throw this in the washing machine, you know? Let's do this. I'm going to be mad if this is what I should have did in the first place. I'll be like, what? This worked? All right. Sweat. And that's what I didn't want. See how it, now it's all gooky. So I'm going to have to throw this in the washing machine. Oh, it's coming out. Okay. But it is a little gooky. But it'll dry up. And it'll be easier for me to take out. Okay. Okay, I can work with this. Matter of fact, kind of prefer that. All right. Yep. That's the way to do it. You got to wet it. You got to wet it, and then it comes out a lot easier. Oh, yeah. Okay, I learned something. This is better. Yep. Look at that. You can get it all out that way. I like it. Whew. Guys, this was work. This was work. I was able to get it. There we go. Look at that. A little baby gown. Oh, wow. It's all gone. It looks nice. Now, I do see some fuzzes and stuff like that. Let me see. That's just the perfectionist in me. Can just cut those fuzzes. You got to be careful. You don't want to cut the fabric because now I don't have stabilizer in there to take it. But look at how cute it came out. I think this came out really cute. Now, what I would do is turn this over inside out and you put Tender Touch behind it. Okay? And stuff. So that way, the inside doesn't bother the baby and stuff. So I think it came out really cute. I don't know if there's anybody out there still watching me. But I think it came out really, really cute. This is a cute baby onesie. I really like that. All right. Oh, let me go to the camera. Okay. Man, I like the way that came out. It's different. It worked. It worked, guys. It worked. All right, guys. So what? It's 10 o'clock. Okay, I started. Oh, God, 2 hours. All right, guys. So you saw it took a long time. Oh, I still got 58 people watching me. Okay, I thought maybe you guys kind of left me. Did you keep the paper print out templates? Do I keep them? No, Cindy, I don't. I mean, because usually it's a one-time use. That's why I throw them out and stuff, you know. Unless it's a logo that I'm going to use repetitively, then usually what I do, like I have a contract with a karate school and I print out the template. So usually what I'll do is I'll print out like 4 or 5 templates. I give it to the karate school. They make Xerox copies of it because with the karate school, the jackets, the way that they close them, sometimes some are bigger, smaller, skinnier, whatever. And, you know, they want their logo in the Pacific area. So what I do is I have them pin it. So they make copies of the template, cut it up, and then they tell the student, place it and pin it where you want it to be. And then when they bring the karate uniforms to me, they already have the logo pinned. I just tape it down, remove the pins, hoop it, scan it with the snowman, and then I embroider it from there. That's how I do that. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if there's any questions and stuff. Hey, Evelyn, how are you? Let's see. I think I saw that. Marina, how are you? The A will be difficult to cut out. Yeah, but you saw I was able to do it. Guys, I was able to do it. It came out pretty good. It came out pretty good. I think this thing is cute. I think it's a cute onesie. very cute with the name on it and stuff. Came out really nice. I like it. I'm happy with the turnout and stuff. But as you can see, it is a lot. Um, it's all about the details. It's all about the details. And I say that a lot, even with all kind of embroideries and stuff. Hey Bob, how you doing? Um, hey Rebecca. Um, Let me see. Let's see if there's questions. Nancy, did you get a lot of pictures and videos? Well, Iris, I was actually the one doing a lot of the videos and stuff. Nancy did take a lot of pictures. I mean, she was really floored by a lot of these quilts. So was I. I noticed that a lot of the quilts at the H&H America, they're really changing up their techniques. Now it's like on the quilts. Before it was like just sewing a bunch of shapes together and making designs and blocks and then sewing them together. Now people are taking it to another step. They're actually putting embellishments on these quilts as well, not just the blocks. And they're making these quilts give like a 3D effect. And I was just really floored at some of these beautiful designs. And I'm not really a quilter, I'm not really a quilt person. Embroidery is really my thing. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, to other people, doing stuff like this is probably like, I can't do it. It's just too much. I enjoy this because I'll sit watching YouTube and I'll just cut out all the letters, and I always take my time. I know that, I mean, and I just like it. This kind of work is soothing to me. It really is, and embroidering is really fun to me as well, because I like to put my headphones on, because I don't really particularly like the sound of all of the embroidery machines, but I do like watching the designs come alive underneath that needle. So I usually have headphones on and I listen to some music, so that way it tunes out the sounds of the machines. But I love to watch the stitch outs happen. So that's like really big for me and stuff. Nancy's more on the quilting side. She just loves cutting fabric, feeling the fabric, sewing it. My girlfriend, Carol, she loves quilting too. I mean, the biggest high for her is when she's done with the quilt. When she starts the quilt, she loves the piecing and everything. And then when she sees the finished product, that's like the biggest high for her. But for me, the biggest high is actually finishing the embroidery. So I'm just more of an embroiderer. I am trying to get to that quilting side. I think it's a lot of fun, but yeah, but who knows? Let's see. Okay, Cindy asked about the printing, the paper printouts templates. If I keep them, I only keep them if they are templates that I'm going to be using over and over again, like when I work on business logos and stuff like that. But for personalized stuff, just like that, that's usually like a onesie project. So I'll just like throw them out and stuff. Because sometimes too is when you do personalized items, for some people, sometimes they want them a little bigger, smaller, different sizes, different fonts. So I just toss them and stuff. Let's see. Oh, Robin keeps hers. She's a hoarder. Oh my goodness. Picture New Craft Space yellow. Jeanette's is yellow. Yeah, I don't know what Nancy is going to do. Hey Shay, how are you? How you doing, girl? Let's see. I don't know what she is going to pick and stuff. Oh, thanks, Shay. Yes, if you guys like the content, please get. I know I'm all over the place. I know my camera wasn't going that great. I'm hoping that the sound was better, and I think it was. I think Mr. H hooked a sister up. My brother-in-law loves me. I can, I mean, that's because we both drive Nancy crazy, but and I miss them. I cannot wait to make another trip to Florida. I'm hoping that maybe in June I could make that trip. I mean, that's what I'm hoping, that maybe the month of June, make that trip to Florida. So yeah. Um, let's see. I'll be watching let's see. Oh, Nancy did select a color. She said her studio is going to be the color yellow because it'll look better with the furniture. Yeah, well, me and Nancy have been playing around with a lot of scenarios and stuff like that. It's a very happy. That's why I like yellow too, because yellow is a happy color. It's bright and stuff. I just love that. Cindy says she chose the Glazer white. It's a hint very light tealy blue. I have rooms in the house that are yellow, very cheerful. It is. And colors are really important because it can really change your mood and help uplift you and stuff. So I like that brightness, I really do. Hey Jenny, how are you? How you doing? It's okay if you were late, because girl, this was a long one. I tell you. Took a long time to cut out those letters. Oh, so Nancy's getting her paint tomorrow. See, we just work hard for our money to get rid of things we ourselves have purchased. That's true. That is true, Cindy. And there were times when I walk around this house and I go, why did we buy that? Why did we buy that? I know at that moment we felt that that was the thing to get, but now it's like we're just looking at it. Let's see. Let's see. Pizza. Let's see. Okay. Oh, what brand? Okay. What brand hoop is that has the extra piece to hold your stabilizer? These are the Mighty Hoops, Marsha. These are the Mighty Hoops. And you can purchase that piece that goes around the Mighty Hoop. And I actually like them because if you don't have a hooping station, then that's a good alternative to hold your stabilizer in place. The only downside to that is that you have to remember to remove it. There have been a couple of times when I have embroidered with that sucker on, and I have been very, very, very lucky, okay, because that can throw your machine off. For some reason, I've been pretty fortunate, and and even working on customer items, and I'm like, oh my God, I mean, that would be terrible. Like today, I didn't use it for today, but today I was working on golf shirts that were a rush order. And you got to be really careful when you're working on customer items because some customer items can be pretty expensive. This golf shirt was $150, one shirt. So when I was processing that order, it's like there's no room for mistakes, because if I make a mistake, I bought that shirt, because that's how I do my business. So, but no mistakes. The shirts are fine, ready for the customer to pick up tomorrow. So, let's see. I'm going down. Thing. Oh, it's hard. It's hard to catch you, but I watch your replays from the bushes. Oh my goodness. Let me see. I'd like to know how much you would charge for one of your customers instead of a gift. When it comes to something like this, Cindy, honestly, I would say this would probably be about like $40. Okay. Especially if I'm the one that have to provide the onesie, which I honestly would prefer to provide the onesie, because if I mess up the onesie, I could go ahead and grab another one of my supply and then try again. But this would be something that I would probably sell for like about 40. Okay. Because of the time that it takes to make. Now, another question that sometimes people say, can you go ahead and pre-cut these letters with like your Cricut or something like that? My response to that is I don't believe so. And I'm going to tell you guys why. You got to remember that the font that I used for this is like a hand stitch font, right? And if you look at the felt is not the same font, okay? The felt is cut around that font. It's going to be really difficult for you to know how thick and how you need these felts to be cut. They're going to have to be done by hand. So because it has to be cut by hand, it's very time consuming to make. So people like this look, but embroiderers and people that really don't have the time to do this hate this because of the time that's involved, the hand cutting, and also the risks. Because remember, the first one that I did, I cut into it. You got to remember to put that plastic between the felt and the actual thing. So I would sell that for $40, which is why I really don't have it on my shop. Sorry. I do have blankets though. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I got something caught in my throat. Okay. I really like how the name is going down this side of the gown. Yeah, I did it wrong the last time. I did it upside down. The D was at the bottom and it was going up. I shouldn't have done it. It was supposed to be that way. So, oh, Iris is getting avocado trees. Then I'm going to have to stop at Iris's house and pick some of those avocados from her tree. Hey, Sue, how are you? No chicken bobbing. You know, I should have had a chicken bobbing song when that nest happened. I couldn't believe that happened. And I was very lucky too, because usually when that happens on a multi-needle embroidery machine, it kind of pulls the fabric down. And then sometimes what people have to do is they actually have to cut it out of the machine. You saw I didn't have to do that. So I was really, really lucky. So I had an angel watching me. Okay. So yeah. Let's see. Ooh, people are talking about their gardens. More folk can come over anytime. Let's see. Everybody's talking about their vegetables. Nancy and my mom grows them too. My mom has mangoes, and I always like to show up when the mangoes are ready to be picked because that's when I show up. She always says that too. The only time you visit me is when you're ready to collect those mangoes. I'm like, yeah. Let's see if anybody has questions about the stuff. Everybody's just talking. I love embroidery, but don't tell quilting. Let's see. Oh, I've made baby gowns. So I could do this on my Etsy line before I stitch the gown together. You can't. Now, you know that the hooping process, because it's a flat machine, you would have to kind of like turn it inside out and stuff. Same concept though. Same concept. The only thing I tell people is always remember to put that water soluble stabilizer between the item and the felt, because that really, really helps. It really does. Oh, I just noticed my nephew's son is Doreen and has his daughter Leanna. Names are musical notes. Let's see. You are showing us troubleshooting. I like Tootsie. I like to leave my mistakes in there. It's like I said, in some channels, it's like everything's perfect. Nobody messes up or anything like that. No, everybody messes up. Everybody has, challenges and stuff. Hey, Sipping Crafts, how you doing? I hate it when that happens. It's a shame. The garments nope, this garment survived, Iris. It survived. Yeah, bird's nests. Bird's nests are, and I think what happened, honestly, I think what happened was when I took out the bobbin to check to make sure that I had enough thread, when I went to put it back in, I don't think I pushed it all the way in. So I got to feel that was user error. I really think that was my fault. I should have really checked that and stuff. Hey, Miss Miller, how are you? Let's see. Where's Mello? Mello, they're asking about you. Mello, you want to see the light? Mello, come. Papa. Oh my God, guys. He is like, here, let me put the other camera on. I'll show you exactly where he's at. He is, Mello turns 6 the 22nd of this month. So, you guys are facing the door. So let me see if you guys can see at the door. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see him. See his little feet and stuff. Let's see if we can get you guys a little bit more closer here. Mello, can you take a peek? You see his feet, guys? he's a mess. Let's see. Mello, they want to see you. Let's see. You guys see him now? There he is. So he's just sleeping. You alive, right, Mello? Mello, you okay? Okay, just want to make sure you were moving. All right, just okay. All right, because I was like, oof, wouldn't it be something that something happened to him? Oh my goodness. So there's his little feet right there. So I think Mello's getting old on me and stuff because he is, he turned 6, 22nd of May. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna treat him that day. Maybe I'll take him to the dog park. PetSmart, the usual, long walks. We've been doing a lot of walks lately and stuff, but he's getting kind of old. He's starting to get cranky on me and stuff too. Let's see. Going down. See if people have questions about the stuff. Oh, you decided to move. Look at you. Mello's moving. Okay. Mello. Oh, he's giving us the back of the head. Okay. Oop, see, look at that. He likes to chase the light. You saw how quick he moved? That's when you want something, you'll move, huh? Okay. I got you, Mello. I got you. He's giving me the evil eyes. You can see. Let's see. Going down. Anybody has comments about what I did, how I did it? Let's see. You guys just talking. Let's see. People talking car washes. I picked up my new Tesla today. Well, not today. This week. I finally got my Tesla this week and stuff. So I put a picture on it. It's got red this time. Oh, Mello, you leaving me? Mello ain't got no time for me. You leaving me, Mello? Oh, now you want to come back. Look at you, little sexy. Look at you. Oh, he's cranky. He is. Turning 6, my birthday boy. It's your birthday month. It's Mello's birthday month. Yeah. I need to take you. Oh, now you want to come in, huh? Okay. Come on in. Come on. You can come in. Come on. I'll move the camera. Come on. There you go. You want to do your cameo thing? You want to say hi to everybody? Okay. Here you go. Oh, now you want to be friendly. There you go. All righty. All right. There you go. Cutie Woody. All right. Okay. There you go, Jenny. There's your Milo. um, let's see. Choo, 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 choo. Let's see if anybody else has questions about what I did, because I know it's late. It's like, wow, it's 10:30. Um, let's see. Hey, Angela Brown, how are you? How you doing? Darlene, how are you? How often? Okay, there you go. How often do you change your needles on the 10 needle? All right, honestly, like almost every other day. But the thing is, it's because I work these machines like horses. I get a lot of orders and stuff. Um, so I work. So it's like every other day. I usually change my machines. Also, you got to remember that you should be changing your needles every 8 hours. So sometimes what happens is I don't use all the needles all the time, because sometimes if I'm working on a logo that only requires 1 or 2 colors, it's usually just those 2 needles that I have to worry about. I change those out every 8 hours of sewing. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I really tell people you have to change those needles. A lot of people don't, because if you don't change those needles, they're going to become dull. It's going to affect the way your embroidery turns out, and also how it handles the thread. Okay. So you got to change those needles. That is a true must. The quality of your products is going to suffer. A lot of times people don't like to change them. I got it. They cost money. I know that. Which is why I say, if you're doing this as a hobby, you're not going to change them as much as I do. Okay. You're going to change them a lot less. But after 8 hours of sewing, you should be changing that needle. Okay. If just be mindful of what needles you're using the most and stuff. Toss them out, throw them out. Buy your needles by the bulk. Okay. If you have a business, you should be buying those needles wholesale. You shouldn't be paying retail. All right. So that, I usually I usually get like 2,000 needles per year. And that's enough to keep them. I always look at my stash. When my stash goes down to like 400 needles in my drawer, I already know that it's time to put it in order for 1,000 more. I always make sure that my supply is full. And I use 2 sizes very often. I use the 7511, which is for the 40 weight thread, and I always use the 65.9 size for my 60 weight thread. The 65.9, I don't buy, I usually buy about like 700 per year, because that's usually for fine fonts. And I don't buy them as often as the 7511, which is the normal embroidery thread for my 40 weight. Okay. Okay, Mello? So I change them a lot. Darlene, every 8 hours, change them. Trust, and throw them out. And another thing too, if you guys, which, shoot, I don't know what household doesn't have a pill bottle or whatever, but this is how I dispose my needles so that you guys can see. Oh, I'm sorry, Mello. Let me show you how I do it. If you when you have somebody at home that is done with their pills, take out the label, discard it. Okay. And my old needles, I put them in one of these. Okay. And then when this fills up, I just toss the whole thing out. That way I know that he's not going to get to him, because I'm going to tell you, I got to keep an eye on this guy. He gets in everything, which is why when I'm changing the needles on my machine, I don't allow him in here. I make sure that, you know, I close the door and I change my needles, because while you're changing a needle, you could accidentally drop a needle on the floor. And if you can't find it right away, I don't want him in here and then he steps on it by accident or eats it or something like that. So because he's a no very, yeah, I'm talking about you. That's right. You're nosy. You are. You're very nosy. And you'll eat it. Yes, that's true. So he knows I'm talking about. Why are you giving me that look? Okay, so but every 8 hours, change them. And this is a really good way to dispose of them. Okay? Keep your new ones in the box. The old ones, throw them in that, and then just toss this whole thing out. Okay? Hey, Slippin' Crafts. Oh, started watching a year ago. Okay. I started watching Jeanette a year ago, so I could learn to use the brother 1850. Oh, probably you had the 1950. Now I have a multi-needle. I can really learn so much more. Oh, God, you're going to love your 10. Your multi-needles. I love the multi-needles. But, you know, those flatbeds are pretty nice, too. You know, I've seen those Avenires. Let's see. Jeanette, the scissors will show up when you no longer need them. That's how everything is. Mello borrowed them. I wouldn't be surprised because this dog gets everything. Let's see. Okay. If you fit the felt in the machine on the left side, you would have saved a lot of felt. Yeah, to see, that's why, you know, a lot of times I don't, you know, when I'm really focused and I'm not doing lives, trust me, those are the things that I usually do. The things when I'm doing live, I'm trying to work the camera and do that kind of stuff and everything. And that's probably why I messed up last time on that gown and I cut it by accident, you know, and stuff. But yeah, you are right. I mean, but I'm gonna tell you something, that felt sheet, very inexpensive. I get them from Michael's. Okay, they're not even like $1 and stuff. So, but you should be able to do 2 gowns with one of those felts. You just cut it in half and you'd be fine. Yes, they are. Oh, Tootsie, I love those scissors. Love those scissors, but they are sharp. They are very, very, very sharp. I know that Kai has scissors that have a rounded tip, and I'm looking for those. Have not been able to find them on Amazon or anything like that. I am on the hunt for those scissors because I saw somebody had them on a video, and I was like, those are the ones that I need because those are super sharp and they cut so nice. I love Kai. I really do. I love them. Let's see, Jeanette, put some kind of hard surface inside the shirt to protect the back while you are covering. I did not think about doing that. That's a really good idea. Jackie, I like that. Shay said, I don't like cutting applique. It's time consuming. It is. It's time consuming. Totally agree. It's not, that's why to me, I feel that when you're doing applique, you should be charging more for applique because of the manual process that's involved in that. You know, let me see. What would the distance from the stitching are you leaving? The distance. Yeah, the orange one were fixers. Yes. The distance, well, all I did was make sure that it could fit in the hoop. That was it. Now, the distance, I guess you mean, oh, I'm sorry, Papa. I don't mean it. It's just like really like a quarter of an inch. Here, let me give you a little close up here so that you can see. It's like a quarter of an inch. That's about it. Not much. You could cut it a little thinner if you want to. I think this is fine, just like this. I kind of like it, you know. I kind of like it, so it's not, it's just a quarter of an inch. That's about it. Quarter of an inch on each side. That's it. Now, when it comes to that, you may want to cut a little bit, so because you can have a little space between the letters, you know. But just so that you can have that little distinction, that there's a separation and stuff. You can do that if you want, but it's okay and stuff. I just have to put the tender touch behind it, and then I'm good. And it's cute. I think it came out pretty cute and stuff. I'm happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it. This is something else that's going to go in the basket. I don't know if you guys remember, I had did this little thing last time, with the initials, and then I did the matching blanket with the initials as well. So this will go in the basket. I'm just going to do a little basket, and then I'll do another blanket for them. I'll do the heirloom blanket and everything. What's going on, Papa? Why are you crying like that? Oh, because you want to leave? Okay. All right. Go ahead. There. All right. You got space now. You can go. You don't have to hang with me. You don't want to hang with me. That's all right. Shoot. I know you. You love me anyway. Especially during mealtime and stuff, when it's time for him to eat. That's when I'm adorable. He loves me. Let's see. The orange handle ones. Yes, those are Fiskars. And I like those too. Hey Angela. Coming up. Oh. Good bad cat cop, shop with friends. Let's see. Tomorrow's class with Lisa. We're not good influences on each other. Let's see. I'm going to try to go down a little faster. Let's see. I think we're all caught up. We are all caught up. I'm making it look so easy. It's not really, well, you just got to be really, really careful with the cutting. That's what you have to do. You have to be, this is not something you can rush. Honestly, guys, you can't rush this. You really have to be careful. How will it wash? It washes fine, because I have washed this before, because that's the thing that I was kind of concerned about, because I was like, is the felt going to sustain washes and stuff like that? It does. It does not shrink or anything like that. It washes just fine and stuff, because I mean it worked good. It's kind of similar to like with foam, embroidery foam and stuff. But yeah, I kind of really like that. This look came out so cute. It's different. It's different. Very unique. Let's see. We're here with you. You're not alone. Yeah. So this is a skill. You'll get faster at it with experience. Yeah, and I really don't do it that much. So, oh, thanks, Bob. It's really cute. However, it might be a good use for a brother scan and cut. I don't know how you could do this on a brother scan and cut, honestly, because, and believe me, I thought about it, because I was like, you would have to have a font that could work with the stitch inside. That's the thing. And I have to be honest, though, I kind of like the rough look of a hand cut, because it looks like more handmade. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you do stuff and you use all this great technology, it ends up like, even though you made it, I like that human look. I really do. I just like that touch, you know. Sometimes I just feel like it gives it that uniqueness. So I kind of, and I gotta be honest with you, I actually like sitting there and cutting it. I really do. Because like I said, it was kind of difficult for me to be cutting it and doing it on camera and stuff like that. But when I am actually cutting this stuff, I'm sitting in this chair right now and I'll just sit there and I'll watch a YouTube video or something like that. And then I just like spend time cutting it. And believe me, it goes a lot faster because I'm very focused on it. But I really enjoy the process. A little ASMR. I know. Yeah. And that's how I kind of feel. It's like I really like the way it is. Oh, that's a good idea. Can you use the heat away iron instead of the wire cylinder? Bro? It's very simple. You're right. And you just iron it, not tugging on the thing. You know, I did not even think about doing that. And that is a good idea. I don't like to use water. Yeah, I prefer to actually pull it off because sometimes it can have that sticky residue. Shay, totally agree. The plastic gives the barrier to keep the scissors hitting the gown. But I'm sure Jeanette will correct me if I'm wrong. It's not okay, Marita. It's not like a barrier, like it'll stop the scissors, but it does it's not like it's not like having like a piece of paper underneath and it's gonna like stop it. You're okay. But the thing is, it does help prevent the mistake a little bit better. I don't know if I'm explaining it right. It doesn't, when I'm cutting, like when I was cutting the D and I was kind of like fuzz, you want to cut a little bit, you want to nip at it, nip at it, nip at it, and eat away at it until you get to that plastic. The thing is, it does give you that extra layer when you get to that plastic, to stop. If you didn't have that plastic there and you were nipping at it and nipping at it, you would then end up nipping at the actual fabric itself instead of a plastic layer. So that kind of helps prevent you from going further than what you should. I hope I kind of help with you, you know what I'm saying? But it's not like, oh, I'm not telling you guys that you put the plastic in and you can go like crazy and stick that scissor in there and cut away. What I'm saying is it just gives you that protective barrier so that when you're cutting and you're gently cutting, you will reach that plastic before actually reaching the fabric. Because if you're cutting and you just go directly to the fabric and you snip that fabric, you're done. Just like I did the last time. Because remember, last time we met, I didn't use the water soluble stabilizer. Okay. I just, and when I cut that eye, it was the eye, I cut straight through the fabric. There was no forgiveness at all. Not even, no type of help of barrier and stuff. So that's what I mean by using that. Let's see. Came out adorable. Oh, I'm glad you guys liked it. Not alone. Hey, Ivan, how are you? How you doing? Let's see. Okay. So people are saying bye-bye. Okay. Good. Did a great job. Everybody liked the way it came out. So guys, I'm glad that you guys like that. Could you do that gown on a 5 by 5 single? Yes, you can. Yes, you can, mistress. Yes, you can. You would embroider it just like what you would do is you would turn it inside out, okay? And then this part, I would use no show mesh with 505 adhesive spray, and then you just put that down and then you would embroider inside. That's how you would do it. Okay, you would embroider inside and everything. So you can do this. I mean, and this is the thing, guys. I did a whole name. You don't have to do a whole name. You could do a monogram. Just do the initials or something like that. You can do that. So yeah. Okay. All right, guys. So I think we're good. I think we are good. Melo's giving you the side eye. He's been giving everybody the side eye and everything. You know, he's been getting kind of spicy. I don't know. I think it's the age because he's turning 6. And I heard for dogs, every year is 7 years. The first year is 1 year. Every year after that is 7 years. So that means on May 22nd, Mello would be 1, and then that's 5 by 7, 30. He'll be 36 years old in human years. So yeah. For bad needles container, once it's full, put it in old laundry detergent jug, fill that up, and then toss them out. You can do that too. That's another good idea. Yeah, but you know, I have so many of those empty pill containers and stuff that every week I'm just filling it up and I'm just like tossing them out and stuff. So yeah, but I like that idea about the old laundry and stuff. That's a good idea. Less the chance of them coming out of the metal bottle. Just a thought. It's true. Yeah, because this has the child-proof top. That's why I kind of like this. It's not twist top. It's child-proof. So, and these can be kind of dangerous. And I'm going to tell you something. If Mello gets this and he eats it, he's a goner. He's a goner. It's not like when he ate the bag of chocolates. Well, he would have been a goner on that too. But thank goodness I caught him in the act, or should I say, because he had 2 pounds of chocolate at the end of the act. And then I was able to throw him in the car, call poison control, and get him straight to the emergency room. I tell you, that dog has really put me through stuff, you know. But anyway, but there's no survival on this. What font did you use? The font that I used, okay, let me tell you right now. I can tell you it's called Cute Hand Appliqué. And Cute Hand Alpha. So what it is you're looking for a hand stick. Sorry guys, I'm back. I clicked on something. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. I can export it directly from Embroidery to your brother's scan card. Yeah, I don't have a brother's scan card though. I don't have one. So, you know, but I have to be honest, I enjoy cutting them by hand. I really do. I like that because it helps me pass the time and all this stuff. So I kind of like it, you know. And I do like that hand look. The hand, you know, the cutting by hand look. I think it gives it character and stuff like that. Yeah. But anyway, so guys, I'm going to call it the night. This is a long live and everything. Took a little while. This came out super cute. Loved it and stuff. But you can see it was a lot of work. It really was. But it came out really super cute. Now I just got to turn this baby inside out, put some tender touch inside of it, and then another gift for the baby basket. So guys, thanks for hanging out with me this Friday and stuff. And I'm sorry for all the difficulties that I had and stuff, but hey, we got it done. Okay, so that's what's important. So I'm okay with that. So guys, you guys have a great week. I will talk to you guys later, and I will see you guys next Friday. So you guys have a good one. Happy sewing and happy embroidering. Bye, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.